Hello, rdauditors.com. So I want to basically just point out some actually remarkable breakthrough that's happening in terms of Ethereum and essentially the new initiative that they just launched. And just going back, basically a couple of weeks ago, Vitalik, basically the founder of Ethereum essentially is probably one of the largest, most widely used blockchain networks in the world. More or less underpinning the whole kind of like ecosystem for like decentralized finance, smart contracts, NFTs, tokenized assets, Web3, and so on and so forth. So he basically made a post emphasizing the need for more DAOs, yes? So, but different and better DAOs. So initially said the original drive to build Ethereum was heavily inspired by decentralized autonomous organizations, systems of code and rules that live on decentralized networks that could manage resources and direct activity more efficiently and more robustly than traditional governments. So essentially building out this ethos in terms of this autonomous organization where you can be able to then essentially build, scale, grow without any bureaucracy, red tape, fragmented structures or get organizational structures that tend to occur in a normal environment. So that was the main emphasis. And he's basically just highlighting the point where token holding voting is a design which works, which hence it got copied so much. But he's basically said that Ethereum, the whole ecosystem needs create better oracles. Today, decentralized stablecoins, prediction markets, other basic building blocks or DeFi are built on Oracle design. So he's saying we need to build more oracles. We need to build more on-chain dispute resolutions. We need to maintain and include applications to secure or not scam list of canonical interfaces. So that's where the premise really started from. And then basically they actually now announced a phenomenal incentive called the DAO. So the DAO Fund, which is a new Twitter account, and basically it says the DAO is back bullish a decade later. We're opening a new chapter, the DAO Security Fund, which essentially is activating 75,000 plus ETH to strengthen Ethereum's security. So what's really, really important here, just gives you more details here. Here it says exclusive, creating a fund. So what they're essentially doing is they are reviving the DAO with 222 million security fund unchained report. So basically what happened was there was a hack back in 2016, the DAO hack that basically we call it, where Ethereum is now repurposing unclaimed funds from the infamous DAO hack that took place. And with this initiative is breaking down, which is actually showing where it's now called the DAO Security Fund or the DAO Fund, whereby 70,500 ETH, basically, which is about 222 million, is now being part of this security initiative that's taking place. So instead of letting the ETH idle, they're now using the community is essentially converting this into a long-term security endowment of some sort, right? Like an endowment fund, whereby a portion of the ETH will be staked to generate yield. I think quite a large portion of this ETH, even if they staked, for example, the whole, let's say 220, that is basically about $8 million per year annually that could be generating yield at 4%, right? And then that 4%, that yield of 8 million per year will then be dispersed to projects that are securing the Ethereum ecosystem, right? So these projects could be dealing with how to be able to focus on securing hot wallets. We know that hot wallets is a massive, let's say, honeypot for hackers to come, whereby purely based on security key, based on your seed phrase, your keys, all of just based on a hot wallet as a Chrome extension, for example, right? So it's quite vulnerable to a lot of hacks, phishing attacks, and so on and so forth. So essentially, the ecosystem that are working on stuff like tools, monitoring tools, phishing tools, hot wallet tools, how to secure keys, all these various interesting mechanisms that the income that's accrued from the yield that will then go towards grants that's funding. So we're obviously a cybersecurity firm. We do smart contract audits. We have various interesting tools which give back to the community. So this is appealing. This is amazing incentive for projects, companies like us. So we will definitely tap into this because we're building interesting. We're continuing to build to be able to secure the Ethereum ecosystem, right? So this is a massive incentive. Obviously, the distribution of the grants is going to be like a decentralized governance mechanism. So I think they're going to use like a quadratic funding, a retroactive grants and ranking choice. So it's not going to be just one person that makes a decision on how to disperse. It's going to come via various different methods. And the main incentive is more security. The main incentive is, this is the website, the DAO Fund. The main incentive is really the support of the community chosen security projects, right? And this effort is essentially connected with the Ethereum broader $1 trillion security initiative that they came out with that aims to be able to support and raise the standards in terms of security standards to support much larger volume. So I think this is setting a massive precedent. This is going to be phenomenal. This is quite a unique and amazing way to sustain the funding model, right? It's not as if you raise 100 million and then you've dispersed those to various projects and then that money's gone after 1 year. Then it's like, what next? No. This is a phenomenal way that actually you don't even tap into that 220 million. You're generally just utilizing from the yield at 4% and you're dispersing. So this can actually go on forever. This can actually fund so many projects within the next 5, 10, 20 years. And these are the creators part of this that are part of the DAO creators, essentially. And so I think this is a phenomenal idea, great initiative. We will definitely be applying to it and hopefully we'll receive a grant that will continue to support the ecosystem. So if you like this type of information, please make sure you like, subscribe and follow. And if you need any assistance with smart contract audits, any way to be able to secure your protocol on Ethereum, please let us know. Bye-bye.